I believe that today is December 13th. I believe that's today's date. Anyways, it feels a little bit weird because I went live every day in the month of November, and now I don't necessarily have another goal or anything in mind just yet. But I am on my way to work. I'm actually going to stop by at Petco before I go into work because I want to get my dog and my cat a little something from Santa Claus. And yeah, I'm in Washington State. I don't know if anybody, if you're new, I'm just now catching this, but I'm in Washington State. I'm in Western Washington, and I am safe from all the flooding. I am safe. Hey, Mark, how are you? Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I'm just giving updates to my purview, my vista of the world. Where I am at on the map right now, there is massive flooding going on. Like, people are losing their homes type situation. It's apparently been deemed a national emergency. Where I am at, I am safe, all is well. But you had like 15 miles north and people are homeless right now. So it's wild, and I think we're expected to get even more rain here in the next few days. They got something like 14 inches in 2 days. I can't remember the number exactly, but all is well here. So I'm doing excellent. I'm on my way right now to Petco. Do they have, it's a pet store. I'm such an ignorant American sometimes because I'm like, I've traveled, but mostly like to Mexico or South America, Hawaii, that part of the globe. I don't know if Petco exists internationally. But I'm going and I'm getting my cat and my dog some Christmas presents. So something happened to me this week, and I don't care how weird or silly, whatever it is that you may view my experience, but I'm going to share it anyway. Hi, Mabel. Hi, is it Nani? Is that how I would say that? Hello, hello. Priyan? Did I say that correctly? So, I've been ordering some things off of Amazon, and just being the good consumer that I am, sometimes when I order things, I don't necessarily open the item the same day I get it because I don't necessarily need it. If I buy laundry detergent and I'm not doing laundry, I don't open it. So I got a package earlier this week, and I thought it was an ironing board. I didn't open it until yesterday or 2 days ago, and I realized upon opening it, it was a box of chocolates. Immediately, I knew I had not ordered a box of chocolates. And not only was it a box of chocolates, it had like a personalized card. Happy holidays, hope all is well with you, love, Terry and Tom. And I thought to myself, shit, like, how the fuck do I return this? You know what I mean? But thankfully, it had the sender, and it was a company called Donovan's Chocolates in Lebanon, Indiana. Priyan Shu. Thank you for letting me know. Chasen Lakay, did I say that correctly? Hello. So I get these chocolates, and I call the company and I share with them what had happened, the mix-up. And ultimately, they sent out another box of chocolates to the person, but I got to keep a box of chocolates, like gourmet, really delicious chocolates. And this is how I know how silly this may sound, but I'm 40, and I honestly thought up until a few days ago that Santa Claus isn't necessarily. I promise you, there is a spirit, there is an entity, there is a consciousness of Santa Claus, and he exists. And not only I don't care. The beautiful thing that I realized is anyone can be Santa Claus. Anyone. You just have to have an open heart, and it's the act of giving. So I'm going to get Christmas presents for my dog and cat from Santa because I was inspired. So I apologize, everybody. I got a new windshield replacement this past week, and I had a huge crack down the middle of my windshield from a rock, and I put on my phone holder back on the glass, and however I have installed it, it is shaky as shit. So I apologize. That's on me. So I apologize about that. But this is my view right now. We are going to be, I'm in Washington State. I don't know if anybody, we all have complex lives we're living, but there is a lot of flooding going on in Washington State, particularly Western Washington State. I am safe where I live, but I do have coworkers that are absolutely affected by the flooding. They've had to stay in hotels or with friends. And so we're going to be driving over some water because I have this drive that we're taking this way to get to work. We're going to go over a little bit of water. Yes, for me, my parents are Santa Claus. I love that. Absolutely. It's just, if we can preserve the innocence that resides within us as long as we possibly can, why wouldn't we? Hold on to your children and protect their innocence. There's something very beautiful about it, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. So, all right, y'all, we're going over the drawbridge now. Apparently, if you look up some of the imagery from the flooding, I mean, my God, it's like these trees, they look like little toothpicks, but they're obviously massive trees. Thomas, yes. I would love to stop for some frozen yogurt. Okay, if we are, what's your go-to? Are you getting the fruit toppings? Are you getting more of chocolate type toppings? What are we working with? I like to get those little, I don't know what you call them. They're almost like little boba balls. They're different fruit flavors. I love that. Mark, I will never get used to you driving on the wrong side of the road. I bet. I can totally imagine. And, obviously we got 4 lanes. We've got 2 lanes heading north. I've got 2 lanes heading south. So, yeah, it's funny. Fruit. I'm a fruit person too. I don't care. It's highway robbery, but I love fruit on my frozen yogurt. So, something else that I'm doing right now, you all, and this may not have resonance with anybody else, but I have been addicted to nicotine since I was 17. And about 5 years ago, when I was 35, I quit smoking. And I quit for 2 years. And then I started up again. Just, addiction. And so I am on day 3 of quitting again. So just sharing that with you all. Oh man, if you can see some of the water, that's pretty high. Dang. It's wild right now. I hope everybody is safe. I'm in the United States. I am in the northwest corner in Washington State is the name of the state that I live in. I live about an hour from British Columbia, from Canada. So, exactly, dude. Mark, it's all in the mind. Yeah, it's like my mom smoked when I was in the womb, and, you know, rightly or wrongly, it just was what it was. It was the 80s, and she did. And so I did drugs in my 20s. I'm so thankful fentanyl didn't exist at that point in time. Like, drugs are not safe to just do recreationally anymore. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I would never. And maybe that's maturity. I don't know. But I always loved stimulants. I loved uppers, caffeine, nicotine, all of those things. And so, but there's other ways for me to source dopamine and, you know, feel good without using nicotine. So Cody is in Bali. Oh my goodness. I felt a little bit of warmth inside of my bones as you said that. Oh, this is my vista. It is winter time here. But where I live, honestly, we might get a little bit of snow. I hope we do. You know, the mountains are a half of an hour drive, and they get snow. There's snow on the caps in the summer, but it just normally rains all winter. So thank you for saying hi from Bali, though. Let's see. Yeah, I'm 28, and I've been sober from drugs for about a year, so I know how it feels. Yeah, dude, congratulations to you. I'm also an alcoholic, and in 2020 I quit drinking. It was August 3rd. So and that's something else, like, I negotiate with myself, is I will be like, well, you don't do any other thing, so how bad is nicotine? And at the end of the day, who's to say if nicotine kills you or not? You know what I mean? Nobody knows when we're actually leaving. Only God does. So, but for me, it's more of just the compulsion, the addiction, the amount of time that I spend thinking about it. That's what I'd rather not have. And good on you if you can just, like, have a cigarette and not want more. That's just not my personality type. So, Cody, it's currently 37 degrees right now. I think, how would 37 degrees translate to Fahrenheit? I think that's really hot, like almost miserably hot. Is that? I don't know. Like, for me right now, it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit, but I don't know what that translates to Celsius. So, update on my, let's see here. No, I have an addictive personality as well. I get obsessed with everything I do. Dude, yeah, man. When somebody's like, like, speaking of an addictive personality, I'm like, oh, there's pie, right? There is a pie. And in my mind, I'm like, why do I have one slice when I can eat the whole thing? Everything that I do in life, and I've gotten a lot better, but it's like 0 or 100. I'm either gonna do it and I'm gonna fucking buy every piece of equipment, you know, study it, etc., become completely obsessed with it, or I want nothing to do with it. It's like, so I totally understand the addictive personality, you know, like, yeah, to just, like, have a taste of some wine or something, I wish. For me, it's like, I'm going all in. And even today, like, I would say on a daily basis, I think about drinking. It'll come up just in, you know, my everyday purview of thoughts. And this is normally the cycle that I go on. And I go, oh, a drink sounds good. And then I go, well, what would I be celebrating? What would I be drinking for? And then the next thought goes, well, how many would I have? And then I'm like, I see the way in which my ego is trying to create this. It's almost like the devil is trying to present this opportunity to me. And I realize, I'm like, there's no need to drink. Like, I just go in the cycle. Maybe a drink sounds nice. Well, what would I drink for? Well, I don't have anything to drink for. How many would I have? And then I just say, I'm not drinking at all. It's like I just go in this cycle. And thankfully, it just happens and I'm able to move forward. But yeah, man, Earth is a highly addictive planet. And, you know, it's interesting how we observe addictions differently. Like, you can see two people, one that's like severely overweight, let's say morbidly obese, and then you can see somebody who's like uber fit. Both of them have obsessions. They just are manifesting differently. One looks overweight and the one looks super fit. It doesn't mean that the action that they're taking, that one is better than the other. Like, you know, obsession is obsession. It's just, as a society, one is more acceptable than another. Like food, if you do have a food addiction, that, you know, food is a necessity to eat. Heroin isn't necessarily a necessity to exist in life. So, you just got to take care of yourself. We all have a human that we are in charge of, and that human is you. So whatever that human needs from moment to moment is going to vary depending on who and what you are and where you're at. Like, fucking A, dude. So get this shit. Last night, I wait tables in the evenings, and last night I worked a party. It's Christmas time, so the place that I work at, people can rent out this lounge. It's kind of, I work at a steakhouse. It's like a bougie kind of a place. I get to wear a fucking tie and everything. And it gets to be the end of the night. And really the feeling that I was having is that I wasn't getting the help that I was allocated. And I said something to my supervisor. And it was just the tone in which I spoke to her. It was just, I was really frustrated. I was like, nothing is organized. There's no SOP for this. Like, it's the, you know, it kind of feels like we're flying by the seat of our pants and nothing's really clear. And it wasn't, and those aren't bad things necessarily, but it wasn't until I got home. I don't know if anybody else does this. I just take inventory on my day. And I was like, damn, dude, I didn't realize I was frustrated with the situation that I was in, with the lack of clarity. And instead of, I took my frustration out on her. And what I realized in that moment is my central nervous system was going crazy and I wasn't able to manage it. And it manifested with me being frustrated with somebody who had nothing to do with really what I was experiencing. So I don't know if anybody else experiences that. I see it all the time in others. Sorry, dude, I gotta get over. Where what they're really needing or what they're really saying has nothing to do with the experience that they're actually having. It's something completely unrelated. So, we are about like 2 weeks away, right, from Christmas. We're all human. And that's the thing. One of the hardest parts for me that I'm realizing as of recent is that I'm way too hard on myself. Like, something happens and the negative self-talk and the dialogue I have afterwards, it's not helpful. Like, it's one thing, like today, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to apologize to my supervisor. And not because, it's because I want to. I have a pit in my heart that feels heavy. I behaved in a way that I'm not proud of. And so I want to alleviate that guilt by apologizing. Well, apologies, here's the thing, doesn't mean she's going to receive it, doesn't mean she wants to, but at least I can alleviate that. But as I was talking to myself last night, I realized, I was like, damn, dude, like, you're just way too fucking hard on yourself. Like, you're just a human being. You are a human being with really like limited transparency. When I think about humans, it's like I almost view us like as a video game character. There's many things as a human we cannot do. We are not capable of doing. Yet I have this expectation of myself, and it's so not helpful. And if I have the expectation of myself, then I fucking, without a doubt, have it of other people. You know what I mean? It's impossible not to. So it's like I'm just setting myself up for these, like, it's almost like a rabbit hole type moment I get into at times. I don't know if anybody else does that when they get home, like, or just after having experiences with different people, um, like analyze what happened and like if there was some sort of, I don't know, disagreement or anything. I do. Um, I try to, I try to remain as balanced or even keeled as I possibly can. Um, and not allow people or my environment to alter my state, if that makes sense. So when my state is altered, I try to go back in and dissect what the catalyst for that imbalance was. Whether it's helpful, actually, I find it helpful. Like last night, I ended up writing myself a letter. I know how corny that might sound, but I just kept thinking about it. And I'm like, I'm home from work. I don't need to be thinking about work. Like, we're thinking about something that happened in the past. Thinking about something that happened in the past cannot change what happened in the past. So, if I spend more than like 10 to 20 minutes having, being stuck somewhere that I'm not, I got to figure out how to get rid of that energy. And last night I thought, you know what, I'm going to write myself an email. And so I did. And thankfully it really helped me. So, all right. I don't know if you guys have, I'm sure you probably don't, but in the United States, we have a place called Boot Barn. And we're going to drive past it here in a second. We got Costco, of course. Boot Barn. Man, they got every kind of cowboy boot that you could possibly imagine. It smells actually really good in there too. Like just leather, you know that. It's just self-evaluation. Just always try to stay true to who you are. That's the thing. Yes. And there's also these moments where it's like I try to portray myself as this like perfect person. Who the fuck is a perfect person? Who would want to be that? Yet I subconsciously, sometimes, if I'm just like going through the motions, I find myself attempting to like be somebody or be something. Yeah. I abandon myself sometimes. That's what I would say. I abandon myself sometimes when I'm not being conscious of my choices, and I try to become something so that I appear a certain way to you, whether it's, again, perfect, smart, intelligent, whatever it is. All right. Mark, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's good to see you again. Unc James, the best Unc ever. Where's your breakfast at Tiffany's? Dude, I'm excellent at cooking potatoes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need to go get some sleep, but you have a good day, night. I'm not gonna head out to get sleep, but I'm heading out here in a second. Bye, Mark. Man, we all need good uncles. You know, when I think about my favorite people on whether it be my dad's side or my mom's side of the family, it's the aunts and uncles. They're the fucking coolest ones. You know what I mean? Still the biggest bird. Okay. I'm sure there's a story to that. I'm trying to think, is the ostrich the biggest bird? Like, technically? I don't know. Tell me about that name. Awesome. First time here. I bet you are a Libra. You know what's so funny about that? I'm not a Libra. I am a Cancer. But I am a Libra rising. Libra is my rising sign. I don't know enough about that, what is that? Zodiac stuff. I love it, but I don't know enough about it. Jose Lopez, I have nieces and nephews. Well, then you're an uncle, man. And you're probably, I'm just saying, uncles and aunts are so important in our lives. Because when I think about the relationship I had with my aunts and uncles, it's kind of like they were the ones that I could tell anything to, you know, and they were like, I wasn't worried about them judging me or anything. We kind of got away with like the sneaky shit with them as well. So, very cool. I'm a Libra. Right on, Unc James. Is that say I Hubbard or L Hubbard? Hello. How is everybody? I'm just getting ready to end the live. I am headed into Petco. It is time. I want to get my cat and my dog some stuff from Santa Claus. So, I was gently reminded this week, as cheesy as it sounds, that the spirit of Santa is real. Santa is real. And anybody can be Santa Claus. You just have to have an open heart, and it's the gift of giving. So I was inspired. I want to do something for my babies. So, my uncle, hold on here. My uncle bought me a BB gun when I was 8 for Christmas. Dude, that's so freaking cool. Let's see. It says that Danny. Hi, Danny. I'm doing great. Just relaxing at home. Man, I am slightly envious because I am on my way to work after this, but that's okay. I generally like my job, and it is allowing me to create my dream, which I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to put into words exactly what that dream is. I know I want to travel the world, and I want to talk to people, and I just want to have, holy shit, dude, that lady pulled in so damn close to my car. I want to talk to people, and my dream is to hear about other people's dreams, and how can I make other people's dreams happen? How can we collectively, as a group, come together and support one another? I don't know how exactly. She's got a little dog in her hand. I don't know. Then I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, I'm just one person. But also, we're all connected, you know? So it's like, sometimes I get overwhelmed by the idea of not being able to help everyone. And then I remember, like, my job isn't to help everyone. It isn't to help anyone. It's just to be myself. And if, as a byproduct, someone feels helped or whatever they feel, that's just the byproduct. But I want to talk about people's dreams, and I want to hear about, people's relationship with God. Do they have one with God? Is it important to have one with God? I never did in my life until my mid-30s, when like something happened and there was no mistaking that God was real. Before that, I thought people that believed in God were idiots. I want to talk to people about the last time they cried, whatever it is. I find people so fascinating, and their stories. Everybody has a story about their life, and who raised them and who didn't raise them, and choices they've made. It's like, I want to hear about all of that. I don't know how to monetize it necessarily, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step at a time. And part of the lack of transparency we experience as a human is I can't predict the future. I don't know how my future will unfold. All I can do is act authentically and allow my heart to be the beacon, and have faith in knowing that whatever I need, whatever resources, relationships, connections, what have you, the universe will make that happen when it's supposed to. So I'll get off my soapbox now. Hi, Jasmine, or Yasmin. I don't know how you would pronounce that. 3 a.m. scrolls. Dude, I've been there. Ain't that the truth? Sometimes I get home and I have to intentionally say to myself, There ain't nothing on your phone that you need to be looking at. Because I'll tell you, if I get the phone out, an hour to 2 hours, gone. And it's like, I couldn't even tell you what I did, like, or what I really watched. So I have to be really intentional about, because even if it's, dude, my phone can be tricky. I'm telling you, sometimes I swear it opens itself up. It doesn't, obviously, but I will literally be scrolling and I'm like, I didn't even remember opening up my phone to scroll. That's how, like, addicted I am at times. So, Blaze Puppy, you look vegan. Okay, cool. I am exactly who you think I am. So, I have no intention of trying to change that as well. What a waste of time trying to tell somebody who you are when they have some idea of who you are. No, I'm not vegan. No, I eat all the meats. I love animal-based products. So, alrighty, y'all. I'm heading in. I'm gonna go be Santa Claus for my babies. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. If you can do something in the spirit of Santa Claus, try. And what I mean by that is, if there's a way that you can give your time, an item, the gift of presents, what have you, to someone this season, I promise you will feel just as good about the giving as you do as the person who receives will feel as well. I promise. So be kind to everyone, be patient, and just know that you are loved simply because it is true, not for anything that you do or don't do. All right, I love you all. Bye-bye.